The FTC is doing wonderful things. They are suing Amazon. I like that the title of this story on CNN directly fucking hits the heart of the matter. It's like, how will that impact you? Your prices might go up, is what they're going to say, and I'm going to fucking lose my mind. Okay, let's take a look.
17 states launching a landmark lawsuit against America's largest e-commerce company, Amazon. The suit accuses Amazon of having a monopoly over much of the online retail environment and using it.
Accuse is just facts, though. Like, what is the accusation? It's just a factually correct statement.
Its market size and power to manipulate third-party sellers and raise prices for consumers.
People are paying higher prices, right? Consumers are paying more than they otherwise would. Small businesses are having to pay 50.
I like that the chatter said you're a day late to this. Brother, this suit is going to be going for a year and a half. Like, that's the fastest the suit gets settled is like a year and a half down the line, okay? I can take my sweet ass time with this shit.
50% Amazon tax right now. And so ultimately the complaint is seeking to restore the lost promise of competition. Greater competition will mean lower prices, better quality, better selection, and greater innovation. And that's ultimately what this case is about.
The case also alleges Amazon unfairly promotes its own platforms and services, harming third-party sellers who rely on it.
It's so funny that every single thing that they're saying is true. And like, technically the legal body is supposed to look in the other direction, as long as you guys should know by now, consumer prices are not impacted, okay? As long you can totally have a legal oligopoly, legal monopoly, perfectly above board, as long as you keep prices low. But of course, it doesn't matter because prices don't stay low. The entire purpose of monopolizing is so that you can slowly but surely raise the market prices. And with no competition, there's not much you can do. In any case, that's not how antitrust is supposed to work, by the way. That is literally the only way that antitrust works in America, but it's not supposed to work that way. Antitrust should not be measured on the metrics of how low the prices are. It should be measured on what percentage of the market you have captured. It is what's going on with Amazon. They have been a predatory, cancerous burden on e-commerce for many, many years. They do own a monopoly on e-commerce in America. And as we've talked about 1,000 times over, they do that by predatory pricing, search engine placements for their own products, predatory mergers and acquisitions, and predatory pricing to drive the competition out once they realize that something that you're selling sells really well. Let's keep going.
Amazon to sell their goods. It's a claim that has followed Amazon for years, starting with a paper written by the woman you just heard from. She's now the FTC chair, Lina Khan, but she wrote about this back in 2017 as a law student. Here's how she explained it to us in 2019.
Lina Khan explains it nicely.
There are certain dimensions of competition that only online superstores can fill, and the complaint lays out what some of those key dimensions are in terms of depth and breadth of selection. And so the complaint lays out why it is that we believe these are relevant antitrust markets. One other thing I will note, in antitrust, there are multiple ways to be talking about monopoly power. One is through, defining the relevant market, talking about the percentage of that market. The other way is by showing direct evidence of monopoly power. And you can show that by showing that a firm is hiking prices, degrading quality, and not suffering the consequences. And so what this lawsuit does is it talks about the direct evidence of Amazon's monopoly power, both with regards to sellers, where it's been steadily increasing the take rate so that it now takes one of every $2, but also with regards to quality. So we lay out in the complaint how Amazon has rolled out this pay-to-play advertising scheme that is actually showing consumers less relevant results and steering them to more expensive products. So the direct evidence of monopoly power is also something that we lay out in the complaint.
This is pretty fire. I mean, it's also 100% correct. I'm surprised that Jeff Bezos hasn't fucking assassinated her via drone strike yet. Like when she was first appointed, if they knew that this was her goal since 2019, what is happening here? My boss is slacking, brother.
When you have a situation when a single company is effectively able to set the terms of the marketplace, that's a situation where I think we should worry about the market not being competitive.
That same year, I asked the then CEO of Amazon Worldwide Consumer, Jeff Wilke, about all these criticisms of Amazon's marketplace dominance. Here's what he said.
Does Amazon give priority to and prioritize its private label in search?
We prioritize the things that customers want.
Armstrong for
The CEO position is just like sitting there and repeating boilerplate company propaganda. That's it. We don't talk about the God King Emperor here, okay? It's forbidden. Oh, Jeff Bezos, my boss? Yeah, no, we prioritize what the customers want. Now, do the customers want a product that starts selling really well on our search engine side? And then we decide we want to make that product with our facilities because we know exactly how the product is and what the product is. And then we go to the company and say, hey, we're going to purchase you. We want to purchase you. And then the company says, no, actually, fuck off. I am I am going to sell these baby diapers myself, okay? No, this is my bread and butter and also my life's work. Amazon says, okay, you're not going to give us the baby diaper company? Fuck it, YOLO. We'll make the same exact baby diapers. We'll push you down in the fucking search engine. We'll put our baby diaper product that is competitive, slap Amazon Basics on the cover, and guess what? We'll sell it for pennies on the fucking dollar until your baby diaper business is completely out. You're done. Where else are you going to go? You can't do any e-commerce without us because we are the ones who control e-commerce. So now you're fucked. And now you've been priced out of the market and you don't even get the placement on the search engine because we control it. It's our marketplace. What the fuck are you going to do about it? Now that you are bankrupt on the verge of insolvency, we will purchase your company for pennies on the fucking dollar. And for the record, everything that I mentioned, both for diapers and for many other products is verbatim what happened. Amazon accused of copying Camera Gear Maker's top-selling item. Camera and travel maker Peak Design called Amazon out for copying his top-selling everyday sling bag in an ad released this week. Would it be unreasonable for the kind of e-commerce marketplace that Amazon is to make it into a municipal service? I think that it makes sense. I've often said we should allow Amazon to expand horizontally and vertically until America, the entire government is Amazon, and then forcibly at gunpoint nationalize Amazon. I said that's the only way that you could ever make America into like a communist nation. United States of Amazon, baby. I mean, it's not, you don't even have to change the A. Instead of America, we just call it United States of America, United States of Amazon. It's literally like US of A. That's the story behind Militech and Cyberpunk. Yeah. Now, of course, Amazon can't engage in this in every country on the planet. But yeah, Zuriel, you're correct. I did talk about this specifically about basketballs because like I wanted to fucking just buy like a regular ass basketball, and it was the drop shipping aspect that I was talking about, which is that like you can't even buy like a product on Amazon that is like a normal brand that you recognize without being flooded with drop shippers of like Pyongyang basketball facility and Zhaozhou basketball, like that specifically fucking makes basketballs. Apparently, I've never even heard of these fucking brands. Okay, and it's like, dude, I just want a fucking regular ass basketball, man. What the hell's going on? Aren't you a communist? Why are you against the Chinese product? Bitch, where do you think Spalding is made? I've said this before. Like, the made in China meme at this point is so different than what it used to be in like the fucking early 2000s, where like everything is made in China and in the same factory, as a matter of fact. You just pay for the better quality. So yes, I would rather go with a brand name where I know that in the same fucking Chinese factory, they're at least using the actual composite leather, for example. It's literally the same factory. The shit product is coming from the same factory. The good product is coming from the same factory. It's just a matter of like how much more money you've spent on it. And it's often like a couple dollars per unit.
In a recent hearing on Capitol Hill, an Amazon attorney went a step further and categorically denied the claim.
We do not use their individual data when we're making decisions to launch private brands. Our incentive is to help the seller succeed because we rely on them.
So when Wilkie, the Amazon executive, left the company in 2021, yesterday, Lina Khan told CNN the FTC has not ruled out holding Amazon executives personally liable for the company's alleged conduct if they...
Fun fact, weird branded products are because you get boosted in the Amazon algo if you have a trade arc. So randos apply for the most obscure trademarks in the United States just to have one. This has increased the amount of trademark applications in the U.S. by 400 in the last 5 years. Yeah, Amazon drop shipping and its consequences have been devastating on society. It's like worse than the Industrial Revolution when you think about it.
They find sufficient evidence.
Now, Amazon says the government's action could end up causing the very problems it hopes to solve, and that, quote, if the FTC gets its way, the result would be fewer products to choose from, higher prices, slower deliveries for consumers, and reduced options for small businesses, the opposite of what antitrust law is designed to.
Yeah, Amazon's got the world on a vice grip, dude. They could just like say, oh, wow, I guess you don't like same day delivery. And everyone will be like, we will fucking kill you. Like, people will send to the FTC.
To do. This is not the FTC's only lawsuit against Amazon. It's also suing the company and several of its executives, alleging a scheme to enroll customers into their Prime memberships without knowing. All right, you have been focused on this
I just find it
all
really
morning.
interesting.
You've obviously covered a lot
Did I
of
email
this.
you enough about it?
I love those emails. I learned a lot from them. What's your take? Because this is a huge moment, not just for the FTC, the Biden administration, but also Lina Khan.
Well, this has been her fight
Yes.
since she was a law student. She's the first one who raised the question to, I think, this country about what is a monopoly.
Bro, he's getting way up in her face. Like, he being real close, dude.
How do we define it? Do we have to change the way we define a monopoly from the Microsoft days to what Amazon is now? My big question out of this is it's important to track. 17 state attorneys general are on board. But what's it going to mean for people at home and the people who sell on Amazon? I think that's the real question, is if they prevail in this lawsuit, is it just going to be fines and penalties, or will actual changes happen that benefit them? And Amazon, and their statement is important too, saying if you succeed in what you're trying to do, it's just going to cost people more. So it's groundbreaking. We'll see where it goes.
It's groundbreaking. There are several suits that the FTC has.
What the fuck? It's crazy to just like take whatever the fuck Amazon said at face value and be like, oh, well, you know, it's definitely not going to happen. Its prices will increase. Monopolies are good, actually. CNN, for some reason. It's wild because, like, she's interviewed the CEO who gave her a shit answer, and she interviewed Lina Khan who gave her a very good answer, and yet it's still like, oh, well, I don't know.